Hey everyone, it's week 6. I'm on double hands now. Tangerine's excited in the background. Here is your weekly tarot from me, Angela Carter. So let's just dive straight in before, again, it's like 30 minutes long, this video. Now, we start out this particular week on Monday, the 20th of July. There's a lot of window reflection on my glasses. I've changed my angle slightly, but you can't really tell. The coil's still there. And the noise. As I was saying, there's the second new moon on Monday the 20th of July. The first new moon was back on around about the 21st of June. 2 new moons in Cancer, I hear you ask. Why? Why is that? Varum? It's all about going through the final bits of purging, the things that we've learned over the last month, because we've had 3 eclipses in the last month, and it's about the final bits of purging, the final bits of learning we've had to do, and we have to do still, just to get rid of the ashes a little bit, sweep out the little bits of excess. The final lessons we have about self-care, nurturing, home life, family life. It's all about just going through the final issues before we can start anew after the new moon and jump into Leo season. Now, this particular new moon is opposing Saturn, the god of responsibility. So I think we might still feel that push-pull of what is needed and what is not needed, and we might still feel the conflict there. It's a responsibility we have to go through these final stages of learning so we can start afresh. Now, some good news this week is that Mercury is coming out. He's jumping out of retro shadow, which means communication is back online, as it were. Technological communication, that was a mouthful, and also physical communication between people. So you get things swept out, you clear your clarity, you get your communication back. It's a great week. So I say this week, jump into your future, claiming your freedom and independence, and with new force and direction into what you want to happen. Learn those lessons now so that you can turn a corner, because the energy is shifting. And with that in mind, let's move to the tarot table, which is around about the same colour as my t-shirt here. And let's get into the readings. If you would like a personal reading from me, just get in contact with me via my social media pages or contact my Koya. He has his own email address. Anyway, let's get into the readings. There's not a noise going on in the kitchen. Let's get into the reading, shall we? Let's go. Oh God, what's going on here? I still think it looks dodgy on camera. Yeah, but you like being shuffled like this, do you? Right, let's try. I'm only going to take the first 5 or 6. Oh! Did you want to come out? Some dodgy stuff. You want to come out, you got to fall. You haven't got to fall, but I think you do want to be. Oh! Oh! Okay. You wanted to come out. Well, that's it. I said I wanted a few cards as well. Right, okay, fine. Let's have a look. Okay, so first, I wanted like 5 or 6 cards, but the cards are so desperate to get this story out. I just thought I'd go with it, fine. So, 3 of coins. I'm going to say 3 of coins, or pentacles. Upright. We've had this card before, I think, for our weekly readings. We are still all in the energy of building something new, laying the foundations. You can see literally construction there. It's about new enterprises, starting business with someone maybe, a new idea. Page of Wands, I think this is in reverse. Because reversed, the Page of Wands is about newly formed ideas, redirecting your energy, self-limiting beliefs, and a spiritual path. So starting something new goes with the 3 of Pentacles. Literally sort of laying the new foundation. You may have like the seed of an idea, planting your pentacle idea, or a general sense that something new is coming. And I can definitely resonate with that energy. But you are yet to express that to the world. For some people, you do not need to take action yet. In fact, for some people, doing so, it may have detrimental effect. So if you don't really know how to form it yet, just sit back and think about it in greater detail before you express it to the world. Now, Justice was one of the cards I wasn't entirely sure was upside down or not in reverse. Because upright, it is justice, fairness, truth. cause of effect and law. So there are laws at play. Laws seem to be changing all the time, you know, with sort of lockdown, coming out of lockdown, and it's sort of new boundaries being formed, I think. In reverse, it's unfairness and lack of accountability, dishonesty. So however that plays in your life, I think in reverse, maybe there is an unrest and there has been unfairness. Because the reversed justice card can suggest that internally, and a lot of cards when they're actually reversed, it's about looking inward rather than to the outer world. Because the justice card is a major arcana card, you can't change it, it's about universal energies. But internally, you know you've done something wrong maybe you have done something wrong, you feel like something's been put upon you that is not right, and you want to change it. Also, a personal meaning, another one, it can indicate your inner critic is in full effect. I mean, this is more, for me personally, this is more of the kind of thing of you may be evaluating your every move and coming down hard on yourself when you misstep. Then start from a place of forgiveness and self-acceptance. Have justice for yourself, so show yourself a bit of compassion and kindness, knowing that we all make mistakes. And thank your inner critic for bringing this private judgment to your consciousness, so you're now aware of it and you can be clear. You've been clear on it now and clear it away. Now, I have noted that there are 2 pages on the table. Now, page of wands, one is in reverse, page of pentacles, upright, reversed and upright. And I think that's significant. The page of coins or pentacles. He's standing in a grassy field, young, fresh energy, looking through the world with fresh eyes. It is about, you know, manifestation and financial opportunity, skill development. There is new opportunities here for maybe starting a new job or going back to your job with new learning ideas, what we've all learnt now from the world, and we're going back with fresh eyes, whether it's fresh opportunities with new jobs, but also it's about going back to your job as well, maybe, and starting again with the new opportunities of actually being able to go back to work. Because pentacles rule the material realm, but they also have that linked with the earth as well. So it's about that balance, which actually links with the Lovers card. And also the 4 of coins in reverse. Because the Lovers, it used to be called the choice. Everyone has a choice, but it is about sort of maybe coming out of lockdown. Because for me personally, it's like you feel like things are on pause. And for a lot of us in the world as well, things are on pause. I can definitely relate to the energy of things are on pause right now. Things are starting anew. There's sort of like a stumbling block or some extra learning to be done here. The fact the Lovers came out, it does indicate like loving relationships, perhaps a soulmate connection after this is all over. But it's also about the love in the world in general, and also about relationships, your own personal relationships, whether that be loved ones or friends or family. Because the 4 of coins upright is about stability financially, building your foundation. This way, it's more a case of you realise that money is not everything, and material possessions are not everything, and that love and family and friendship and relationships are more important. But again, you do see the value of money with this young energy. You're realising the value of money and the value of love. You're seeing both, because this is a balancing act, which goes in with the Justice card. Because actually both the balancing cards are actually up. I've actually realised both the balancing cards are reversed. Both the scaled cards are in reverse, which is not a coincidence, I don't think. I think everyone's realising their internal judgment and justice for themselves, realising that money is not everything. And yes, there is unjust and unrest going on in the world, but I think it's about we're all learning more inwardly about what's important to us. Oh yeah, it should be that way. There's a balancing of the scales on both sides. Yes, money is important. We're having a new perspective on money, but also having a new perspective on love and relationships, and how important family are to us. Because there are people out there who've lost loved ones during this time, and who've maybe been ill themselves. It's about what we've learnt through this whole experience. Now, another card I'm not entirely sure was in reverse, but maybe it is now I've looked at the story, is the 3 of Wands. Now, the 3 of Wands upright is about progress and expansion, foresight, overseas opportunity. For many of us, maybe that is true. Maybe you have got a new job, maybe you are moving away, starting again. In the reverse, it's more about, some of us have lack of foresight. You don't know what's coming. And it is about the unexpected delays. Things are delayed slightly. We're having to start afresh. Growth and expansion is there. But you're choosing to play it safe, many of us, because there is a lot of uncertainty and it is scary. It is a scary time. And maybe as a result you're closing yourself off from the new opportunity and limiting your potential. Also, the Lovers card in this card, if you can see closely, the guy who created this tarot deck, he played it on Romeo and Juliet, and I believe it was the film version that was the most recent one, I think, with Douglas Booth. So that is, as you can see, that is clearly Douglas Booth. And his Juliet was Hailee Steinfeld, but I don't think that looks like Hailee Steinfeld somehow. Anyway, just a little bit of trivia there for you. But that definitely is Douglas Booth. But I don't think that's Hailee Steinfeld. I don't know who that is. Because you've got the Three of Wands and the Three of Coins here, if I can pick up the cards. These kind of speak to each other in terms of, they're both threes. So it's both about putting your plans into action, starting again. But maybe conduct a risk assessment ahead. Like when you're in construction, you do risk assessment, you do health and safety. And understand like what difficulties you might face, and then create strategies to avoid them or minimise the risks when moving into your future. This you can see kind of clearly, there's something on the horizon, but this you can't really. But there is new change coming. Because then we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Now, the upright Hanged Man encourages you to pause for a moment and see things from a different perspective. Reversed, this card can show you that you know the need to hit the pause button. You realise it is the time to pause and take stock and think again. Because either way you're off balance. On one leg upright you're off balance, on one leg upside down you're off balance. You can't get your right footing, you're all a tizzy, you know. I think the main idea with that is that it is important to surrender to what is and let go of your attachment to how things should be. And I think with the Queen of Swords, I knew she was in position at the end, I think the Queen of Swords, the Clarity Queen, she cuts through all the BS, all the excess, all the crap you don't need. She cuts through the fluff with her sharp sword. She's the truth seeker. But at the same time, she is a queen. She has that feminine energy. And there is the peacock here. And the peacock is about rebirth and transformation. It's a very scorpionic animal. And I'm a Scorpio. And the peacock on Earth is the closest thing we have to a phoenix, rising from the ashes, starting again. But you do need clarity of mind, and you need to seek the truth of a situation in order to move forward. Because I was reading an article by a woman called Ethany Dawn, and she was talking about the court cards in a tarot deck, because you have the minor arcana, the major arcana, and the court cards are basically like the pages, the knights, the kings, the queens. So we've got a queen and a couple of pages on the table. We also have 3 major arcana, and major arcana are about the energies from the external world, from the universe, universal energies that you can't change. You can't change major arcana, and it's weird how, or not weird, how 2 of them are in reverse. The on pause cards basically in reverse, and the only one that's upright, correct, is the Lovers, love. And I think that's significant too. But in the article it said about, if you have a court card, particular court card, maybe look at the Queen of Swords here and pretend you are the Queen of Swords. And how would the Queen of Swords react to the energies here? She would cut through, get to the truth, get clarity. Because minor arcana, it's about the individual. You can change them, they are adaptable. Major arcana, you can't change. But I think in the article it was about using the court cards as the middle ground between the minor and the major, in terms of like learning and moving forward. So I hope that was all helpful to a lot of you. I think it is just about having clarity of mind, and if you've got something new, just cutting through, realising we all are all starting again, we are all in suspension, the whole world is, and as a collective we're all going through the same thing really. I mean, for myself, I'm building my own foundation with these tarot readings and my whole vlogging thing in general. So if you want to like share these videos around, like and subscribe to my channels, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be great. And I hope you have a healthy and happy week, whatever you're doing. And double wave today, we deserve it. That looks like jazz hands. But anyway, bye.